Merry Christmas! I'm so excited that you're here to share the 12 Days of Quilting box with me. This box is curated from Open Gate Quilts, and I'll be opening 12 different gifts that Monique from Open Gate Quilts picked out. I absolutely adore this quilting advent box, and I'm so excited to share each gift with you. So before we get started, let's take a look at the box. So here it is with all the gifts before any of them are opened. We got a beautiful Christmas card, and then we got some paperwork thanking us for purchasing the box and just telling us a little bit more about it. So now let's move on to today's gift. So let's take a look at package number 1. Starberry, Christmas time is here. So I think we have a project. What do you think? It definitely looks like a project. Let's take a look at the fabrics and what the project will look like. I have to tell you, this is why I love this box, because I'm not just getting a bunch of trinkets and different things. I get projects and useful notions. Absolutely love this one. So here is a look at the quilt we will be making. So this project will finish at 22 inches by 26.5 inches. So we'll be piecing the blocks together and doing a little bit of applique work here. Oh my goodness, it is just so cute. So let's look at the fabric. So this is some Heat and Bond light to attach the applique that we'll be doing. Here are our larger pieces of fabric. And then here we have our charm pack. Oh my goodness, let's just take a look at it. The Starberry is so cute. I love this fabric line, and it's by Corey Yoder of Coriander Quilts. Oh my goodness, I love these fabrics. Hey, you know what? Let's not just do an unboxing. Let's put this project together. All right, for the Christmas time is here pattern, I first pressed the fabrics that needed to be pressed, and then I got all of my cutting done. So I organized all of my cutting here. The backing fabric was provided for this project, as well as the binding, but they're not on the board here. This is just all of the components to make up the top of the quilt. So I divided out the charm pack pieces per the pattern. Monique is very good at explaining that. Some of the charms were used for the back of the applique, and then we have some for the patchwork, and then some to piece together squares. I have the sashing here. I also don't applique a lot, so I went ahead and prepped the applique components. I traced onto the fusible onto the paper side all of the applique pieces. And here is one that I finished. It's one of the ornaments. It is so, so cute. I'm not very good at applique. I do try my best, but it's definitely a practice needed. All right, so with everything prepped, I'm going to first sew together my half blocks. I have all of the rectangles cut, so it's just going to be piecing two together, and I'm just going to chain piece them all. We cut more than we need, but I'm just going to go ahead and sew them all together, because then I can have a few different combinations to choose from for the layout. All right, so I finished all my pieced segments. So now we're going to move on to the applique. So I have my applique squares that I chose for the background, and I have my fabric that is going to be used for the applique pieces, and then my fusible with the templates on it. So I'm just gonna rough cut around the different designs. So we have the tree here, which is going to go on one of the green fabrics. We have an ornament, and you remember I already made one of them. And then we have our different berries here. All right, so I'm gonna put the ornament on this fabric here, and we're fusing the piece onto the back of the fabric, but I really want to get this flower here in my ornament. So I'm gonna look through it a little and try to really get it on there. I think it would be really pretty. All right, so let's cut it out and see how it turned out. Hopefully I got the flower on there good. Not too bad, not centered perfectly, but it's pretty good. And then I need to cut out the top of the ornament. I'm going to save this green just in case I need it for any of the leaves with the berries or anything. All right. I'm going to go ahead and fuse the tree onto the back here and get it cut out. That's a little hot, so I'm going to let that cool. And while that cools, I'm going to attach the ornament on to one of my background squares. I'm choosing this one. I think this ornament will look good on the plaid. So I'm just going to line it up. Just trying to keep moving it around and see how I think it'll look good. Don't forget to peel the backing paper off. All right, so I'm gonna get all of these prepped like this, and then I'm gonna applique around them, and we'll be ready to bring the quilt together. All right, I finished all of my applique pieces, and I laid out the entire layout for this quilt. Then I stacked up all the rows. So the first block in the row, followed by a sashing, followed by the next block, followed by a sashing all the way across, so that I could easily piece the rows together. I've started sewing together the rows and sewing on the sashing strips and putting the rows together. I have quite a few of them done now. It's turning out so cute. So I'm on row 5, and I'm gonna piece some of that together here. So I have the first block and then a sashing. And I'm just gonna keep adding on the next block in the row and sew it together. Such a cute pattern. It's really easy to sew. It's nice that there's a little bit of applique for me to practice, but not a lot in it. And this fabric is just so pretty. And then here is the quilt all finished up. Day 1 was definitely a hit for the Open Gate Quilts Advent. This is a beautiful quilt, and I had so much fun piecing it together. It was a quick, easy sew and a beautiful addition to my Christmas quilts. Thanks so much for watching the December 1st unboxing, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow for day 2.